Hello and welcome to our live broadcast and rebroadcast if you're joining us on the video upload. Today is Monday. We are going to be talking about fasting and why fasting should be considered your own personal responsibility. So if you're jumping on live with us, welcome. My name is Diane, and for the past 25 years, I have been helping women find nutritional plans and fitness programs to help them look and feel their best and live their most authentic life. And that is the big goal that we are searching for here in this community. If you're new and you're joining us on YouTube, I always ask that you take a second and hit that subscribe button and also hit that little bell icon on my page so that you'll be notified when we go live and or I upload this as a rebroadcast. And then if you're joining us on Facebook, I also ask that you do the same thing. Hit that like button and then make sure that you are set up for notifications in your default so that you'll be notified when we go live, and then you won't be missing if you want to be part of our conversation. So the first part of this broadcast, I always talk about the subject that we are going to be discussing today, and the second half I open it up for our comments and questions from our community. So please take a second to leave me a comment in the comment section. Let me know that you're here. Let me know if what I'm talking about today resonates with you, and if you've been a former student in one of my courses. I also love to know what month and year you took our course and how you are doing since you've become a graduate. So today we are going to be talking about fasting and your own personal responsibility. The concept of what I teach here, intermittent fasting and creating a keto-like lifestyle, is really simple and can be covered in a quick tutorial here on YouTube. I break it down into little subject matters. I have 3 years now of these live broadcasts where I teach on fasting and feasting well. And so it should be really simple for everyone to be successful at this lifestyle. It makes sense. It's scientifically backed up. You pick a period of your day where you do nothing, and then you pick a period of your day where you feast. Where we get hung up is the personal responsibility aspect of it. And the fact that we are just accustomed to breaking promises to ourselves and being really excited about something and the possibilities of what that can do for us in our lives. And then when that excitement wears off, or the newness wears off, or you slide back into your everyday lifestyle, we forget about that promise that we made for ourselves, that this is really something that we're going to create so that we can look and feel our best and create something that's going to allow us to be authentic. So I want to talk about a little personal responsibility statement, and I'm going to read it to you to make sure that I don't misstep any of the words, because I think this statement is super powerful and one that we should all consider when we feel like we are not in a place that we say we want to be. So this personal responsibility statement goes like this: doing what you say you are going to do for yourself when no one else is watching. And it's that for yourself part that is really, really important in that entire statement. So let me read it one more time. Doing what you say you are going to do for yourself when no one else is watching. It's really easy for us to make commitments to other people, to uphold promises to other people. I can't imagine, telling my daughter I'm going to do something for her and then not doing it. I can't imagine saying something to my husband that I'm going to do for him and then not fulfilling that and not doing it. But oftentimes I've said I was going to do something for myself, and I have absolutely no problem letting myself down. And I think this is where, for some crazy reason, especially us women, really find our sticking point with saying that we want to look and feel our best no matter what, and we want to create a lifestyle for ourselves that allows us the flexibility and freedom to live the way we say we want to live, yet we're still tripping up. And why is that? And I think a lot of that has to do with the past failures that we've had that we still own and hold on to. I think it has a large part to do with some past wounds and pains that we are still dealing with every day and holding on to and aren't able to let go of. And all of those things become justifications as to why we don't deserve something that we say that we want so desperately. And so what I really want to emphasize here is that, and this is something that I say all the time, is that time and consistency are key. Not perfection, not finding the perfect fasting window, not finding the perfect food to put in your feast, but time and consistency, and not giving up on yourself, and knowing that no matter what happens, you're worth it. No matter what happens, this makes sense. No matter what happens, you see that it's working for other people. And so there's the justification for why it should work for you. And why is it that we still can't feel successful creating this lifestyle for ourselves? And I think that it just goes back to the fact that we're okay with breaking promises to ourselves, and we have enough baggage that we're carrying around to justify breaking those promises. So everything that has to do with dieting, nutrition, fitness, how you want to look, what you want to weigh, how you see yourself when you walk past a mirror, really has to do with the broken promises from the past, and not the realizations of how you want your future to be. And as soon as you can let go of a lot of that stuff from the past, you really will believe that you can have anything that you set your mind to. It's all just a series of decisions and series of promises that you're no longer going to break. So your word has to be more powerful than your reasons. And what that really means is that when you say you're going to do something, that statement in itself has to be the power driver for why it is you're doing what you're doing. And we have to create that mindset of completion and following through on the words that we're going to say to ourselves. Our brain is more powerful than we ever give it credit. And I talk about this a lot here on this channel, and the fact that when you sign up for my course and you are excited and you pull your credit card out and you take your family's money and you make a commitment to yourself and you're investing in yourself, you're so ready to go on day 2 and day 3, like I can barely contain you. But where are you on day 17? And where are you on day 18? And where are you on day 20 when you forgot about pulling out that credit card and taking money out of your family and investing in yourself, because now something's happened, or the excitement has worn off, or you're like, oh, this is just life, and this is just a decision making process, and there's no real magical thing that's changing in my life. It's a slow process of getting better. And when you get to that point where you no longer connect the excitement to the reality of how you want to live out the rest of your life, it's really easy to break that promise and fall off. So if you're in my course right now, we're in the month of June, we're heading into the second week. Where's your excitement level? Where's your commitment? Where's the promise that you made to yourself that this was going to be the last thing that you did and you were going to be successful at it? If you were in my May course, if you were in my 2018 course, if you were in one of my 2017 courses, where's your commitment today? Where is that promise? Where was that pain or that gut reaction you felt when you pulled out that credit card and you made an investment in yourself? Do you still have that gut check opportunity? Do you still feel that commitment today like you did 2 years ago, or a year ago, or last month, or yesterday? Because nothing in this community has changed. Nothing in the philosophy of fasting long, feasting well, and training smart has changed. That's the constant. The only change that happens is what goes on up here, and how we let that determine what goes in our heart. And then our heart determines what we let happen in our gut. And then that's how we end up creating this lifestyle that isn't making us as happy as we know we should be. So we cannot transform our body if we don't transform our mind. We have to change our mind first, which is why in the very beginning of the course that I teach, I ask you to start drinking black coffee. And it's for a very specific reason. Yes, black coffee is going to be the best thing that you can do to lower your glycogen stores and to get you fat adaptive and to get all those chemicals out of your body. But in the long run, it's not that thing that's going to necessarily make or break you, but you have to convince yourself that you are not going to die if you don't have creamer in your coffee that's full of chemicals, and you're not going to die if you skip stevia in your coffee. And you have to realize that coffee full of sugar and creamers and artificial thises and that's isn't your life source, that you're stronger than that and you have more power than that. If you just give something new a try that you don't think you can do, and then you can do it, it creates confidence in your mind that you can do the next difficult thing. Is coffee creamer not the best thing? Yes, absolutely. But it's more of the mind shift that you make those first few days of realizing that you will live without a sugared up cup of coffee in the morning. And then realizing that that 15 minutes that you have been spending for the majority of your life coveting something that is doing absolutely no good for you is creating 23 hours and 45 minutes of the rest of your day also in a series of decisions that probably aren't the best for you. And if you have that coffee that's black that can energize you and help you make better decisions for yourself for the rest of your day, you have just created a lifestyle that's going to allow you to look and feel your best and live it out most authentically. So it really is a transition or a transformation of the series of thoughts that we have in our head that also lead to the belief system that we are going to live our life. So the try and fail sort of hamster wheel that a lot of us get in can actually be transitioned into time and consistency. So one of the reasons that we become so inconsistent and feel like we're such failures at dieting is because they are always a short-term, fixed time, end date, now what do I do type of approach to living our life. And we know that that doesn't work. We don't really get taught the tools. We don't have the confidence. We're never asked to speak for or think for ourselves. We're not asked to make decisions. We just follow something blindly. We get a quick result. We feel super euphoric. All of our dopamine gets released and we feel fantastic. And then we celebrate this amazing body transformation and this amazing weight loss with probably a dinner out and some cocktails. And that in itself doesn't even make sense. So think about how many times you've tried something and failed. And what if instead of trying something and being okay with the failure, that you just commit to something forever? No end date, no end of class, no need for someone to shake you and tell you to get with the program, no need for some outside force to motivate you, but it's something from within that you create forever with consistency. And it is just changing the way you're thinking about what it is you're approaching. So many women come in and out of my course, and it's a numbers game. We have 250 women in a course. By the end of the first week, we probably have about 200 that are still excited. By the end of the second week, we have about 175. By the end of the third week, we're lucky if there's 50 women in there that are still checking into their class every day. It's not that the class doesn't work. It's that we lose interest in ourselves and the commitment that we've made to make a positive change. And so we have to start asking ourselves a series of questions. And here's the series of questions that I want you to start asking yourself if you feel like you've fallen away from what it is that you say you're committed to. Why are you where you're at today? How is that working for you? What is it that's keeping you there? And why aren't you able to make the changes that you need to make? And you have to have a gut check response to each one of those questions, because you are the reason you are where you are today. You are the reason that whatever you're doing isn't working for you. You are the only person that's keeping you there, and you're the person that can make the change. No one else. I can't do it. Your husband can't do it. Your coworkers can't do it. Your best friend can't do it. It has to be you. So we have to realize that we are the ones that need to be personally responsible for the commitments that we are making to ourselves. So we have to make sure that the promises that we're making to ourselves are being fulfilled. How do we do that? Well, it starts with a series of accomplishments that are super simple and create the mindset that we are able to do what we say that we're going to do. One of the things that I do every day is I wake up and I drink a 25-ounce bottle of water, and I do not allow myself to have coffee before I have my water. Now, in the big scheme of things, does it matter if I have my coffee before my water? Probably not. But it's a commitment and a promise that I made to myself that if I'm going to treat myself to a cup of coffee, and coffee is a treat, that I'm not going to do it until I've done what's important to me, and that's hydrate my body. So I have my 25 ounces of water first, and then I ask myself if I want a cup of coffee as the reward for getting my water in. Same thing holds true with the end of the night. I have my bottle of water before I go to bed because that's how I treat myself to a good night's sleep and make sure that my body has the hydration that it needs. Oftentimes, we are not putting ourselves in a position where we're creating simple enough check off items to feel successful. That the things that we're putting in our life are so grandiose that we never feel that feeling or that sense of satisfaction or accomplishment that we've done something good for ourselves. So it's as simple as starting your day with a cup of black coffee and not cheating yourself by sneaking in a pack of stevia because no one else is watching. Your brain knows what's going on and your gut knows what's going on, and you're allowing yourself to constantly put in these little cheats that are going to keep you from getting to the big picture of what you say you want for yourself, and that is looking and feeling your best. I do consult calls with women all the time who are feeling stuck, and I can tell you that there has not been one time in a consult call where we've really talked about nutrition or weight loss. It's always about the things that are emotionally keeping us from where we want to go. And we have to know that that's a serious thing, and that if we don't take personal ownership and personal responsibility for our life, we are never going to feel satisfied, and we are never going to be happy with ourselves. And if we're not happy with ourselves, then we're cheating out the people that we say are important to us and the people that we love from getting us and getting us fully. So personal responsibility is where we need to start with fasting long, feasting well, and training smart. So I'm going to read off those 4 questions that I need you guys to start asking yourself on a continual basis. Why are you where you are today? How is that working for you? What is keeping you there, and what do you need to do to get what it is that you want out of this life? And then you have to remember this personal responsibility statement. Doing what you say you are going to do for yourself when no one else is watching. So do you have personal integrity for your own life? Yeah, it's easy to showboat in front of your friends, and it's easy to follow a diet plan in the lunchroom at work, or maybe you're going to stick to your guns when your husband is home because you want to set a good responsibility and you want him to jump on the bandwagon of health with you. But what are you doing when your husband's not there? Are you holding yourself to the same standards when you're home alone, or when you're out running errands, or when no one else is watching? Because it eventually comes out, and it'll come out with you not being happy with yourself, with you cheating the system, and then ultimately saying, this isn't worth it because I'm not getting the results, and you're not getting the results because you haven't put that personal responsibility and that personal ownership into what it is you say you want for yourself. I can only do so much. I will stay here forever, or as long as YouTube and Facebook allows me to be here, and I will always be your guys' biggest cheerleader. But you have to know I can only do so much to help. If you're lacking support, go find support. If you're lacking community, go find community. If you're lacking someone who can be an accountability partner with you, you're probably holding your life too private. This is just food. This is not something that we have to continually do behind closed doors and under top secret situations. Share what you're doing publicly. Ask someone you care about and who you know cares about you to support you on this journey. Ask someone to trade recipes with you. Ask someone to fast with you. Ask someone to hold you accountable. If you don't have the support you need, it's usually because you haven't asked for it. And I know that that is one of those things that I know for a lot of women, I know because we are used to taking care of everybody else, that we just assume that no one wants to take care of us. And I think we're cheating ourselves out of a lot of love and support and the opportunity for other people to love us the way that we love them. So if you're unhappy with anything that you have going on in your life, you have to go back and do a little inventory of what's going on, figure out what it is that's holding you back, and then find the solutions that you need to get yourself back on track. It all comes back to personal responsibility. So do that inventory, ask yourself those questions, and then seek out the people that you love and trust and ask them to give you some love and support and some help as well. This is all good stuff. So it's not something that you're going to be dragging someone into that's going to be harmful to them or not benefit them either. So bring them along with you. Just ask the questions. So I hope this helps. I know I get a lot of messages and a lot of emails from women who just are desperately needing support and help. And I think the thing that we need to really take a deep breath and think about is that we shouldn't be desperate about this. This is one of the simplest things to do in your life. Ask yourself 2 questions every day. How long will I fast? And how well will I feast? And then take personal responsibility with the way you answer those questions, and then own up to it. If you feel like you need to get yourself into some deep, clean fast, make the decision to deep, clean fast. If you feel like you need to loosen the reins a little bit and kind of like socialize a little more, or enjoy some social aspects with what nutrition or food is for you, then just own that as well and have a plan to get yourself out of it when that need and satisfaction has been filled for you. There's no wrong way to do this, but there is a way to cheat yourself out of happiness, and I don't want anyone in this community to be cheated out of your happiness. This is fun, this is energizing, and it is the best way that you can create a life for yourself. So I hope that's encouraging for you. I hope that gives you some confidence, and I hope that will give you a new lease on this lifestyle that we are all trying to live here. I can sit here and quote you a bunch of facts about how to get into autophagy and what it means to be fat adaptive, but if we haven't changed and transformed our mind and the way that we're thinking about all of those things, it's all for nothing. So we have to do the work on our mindset, we have to do the work on our emotional status, and we have to do the work on our own personal responsibility before any of the science of what this life can do for us will even matter. And I hope that you guys all understand that. So I'm gonna jump in really quick and answer the questions and comments on Facebook really quick, and then Michael's gonna hand me the iPad, and I'll answer any questions or comments I have on YouTube as well, and then we will call it a day, and we'll see you back here on Wednesday. So Amy, welcome. Courtney's here. Diane's here from Pennsylvania. Diane, I haven't seen you for a while. It's good to see you. Jessica, Amy, I'm happy to be here for a live video. I was originally in the April 2017 IF class, and I am currently attending classes in this community. Awesome, girlfriend. And Amy's daughter just graduated from high school, so congratulations to all of you guys. I know you had a blast. Anna, hello. Gretchen, 2019 grad. Janet, Craig, girlfriend, I haven't seen you in forever. I love having you back with us. Lori is here. Nevada, 2017. Janet is from Nevada. She was in our 2017 class. Alumni, F3 and Passion Planner, still going strong and always reworking my success to do better. Yeah, Janet, she's got it all figured out. She had some amazing life transformations when she went through our intermittent fasting course. She figured out her plan, she figured out her schedule, she started to feel better, and she completely transformed her life. And the transformations that she made in her life had nothing to do with what she should eat in her feast. It all happened for her because of her being able to create a life where she felt authentic and she was able to look and feel her best. And Janet, I'm always super proud of you, and I love having you come back. Jerry, hello. Lori Cook started back up last weekend, fasted approximately 19 hours, lost 8 pounds. Need to ask myself every day, how do I feel physically and emotionally? The answer is always great. I will ask myself several times a day to stay on track. Yeah, girlfriend, you've got the winning combination right there. Sheila, hello. And then what new classes are coming up? Janet, we don't have any currently, but we will have some probably after the summer. We have a fasting success course that we have coming up, and then we do have a class we're going to focus a little bit more on extended fasting and the effects of managing your glucose and your ketone combination, but those probably won't be coming up for a while. Our intermittent fasting for today's Aging Woman course is still really busy, and we're really focusing on that, but we have some stuff coming up for sure. And then Susan, hello from Massachusetts. She was in our May 2017 class. Good to have you with us, girlfriend. Okay, let's see what we got here on YouTube. Margaret, hello. Karen, loving the June course and happy to catch you live. Clean 20-hour fasts have been a life changer for me. Feeling good and enjoying being in charge of my life. Thank you. Yeah, Karen, congratulations to you. There's something magical about that 20-hour fast, that is for sure. And I love the fact that you are willing to experiment and get yourself there. So congratulations, and know that you always have that 20-hour fast to get you where you need to go. Elizabeth, glad you had a great vacation. You took your course in May. Need to get more serious. Need to put my effort for myself. Yeah. Personal responsibility. You know, what is it that you're doing and what are the decisions that you're making for yourself? What are they doing for you in the long run? And I think just asking yourself that question and constantly being in check and being conscious about what you're doing will put you back where you need to be. So good for you, Elizabeth. Shannon registered for the July course. Can't wait. Can't wait to have you. Yvonne, July 2017 course. Good to have you with us. Elizabeth, oh my God, that's exactly where I am. I feel you're talking to me directly. Elizabeth, I probably am. And I hope every woman who feels like they're struggling, I hope you feel like I'm talking directly to you. It's easy to get caught off track. It's easy to let ourselves down, but it is just as easy to be good to ourselves, and it's just as easy to make good decisions. And what ends up happening in our mindset and in the brain maps that we're making for ourselves is that we start to realize that it is actually easier to make good decisions. It's easier to take personal responsibility. It's easier to look and feel our best than it is to make those sacrifices for a momentary taste of something or a momentary judgment call that maybe is not in our best interest in the long haul. Jessica, hello. Michelle, love what I hear. I needed it. Awesome. Margaret, love black coffee. So do I. Jay Mitty, May 2019 grad. This was the best lifestyle change for me. Down 7 pounds, but most important, I am still motivated and feel amazing and can tackle anything life gives me. I'm in control. And that right there is the power of changing the way you think about decisions that you're making in your life. So remember, you cannot make any kind of body transformation until you change the way you think in your own mind and in your own emotional space. So congratulations to you for making that change. Myra, I was in the hospital when the course started. I'm still trying to recoup, but really want to start. Myra, just start. If you're recouping, there's nothing better to do when you're resting and recovering than listening to some lady telling you how to make your life better on a video. So log into your course and start listening to the classes for sure. Jay Mitty, I also had 2 people tell me recently that my skin looks amazing and I'm glowing while still drinking my 100 to 150 ounces of water a day. Yeah, congratulations. And, fasting long, feasting well, training smart, keeping your body hydrated, it all comes out externally once your internal aspect of your body is healing. So you probably are glowing, and that's a really good sign that you're doing all the things that your body needs you to do. Thea, Cynthia, I'm in the class now. I love it. The information is mind-blowing. My first live event with you. Awesome. Well, super excited to have you on a live event, and keep logging into those courses every day. The second and the third week are going to be the most concrete information that's going to keep you with this lifestyle with time and consistency. So keep logging in every day. Linda, I'm in the course now, learning a lot, feeling great. Your course is the best thing I did for myself in a while. Awesome. I appreciate that. And I appreciate the fact that you did something for you and you're recognizing that. So keep telling yourself that. Sullen, from Atlanta, I really enjoyed today's video. So much useful information. Yeah, you're welcome, Sullen. And she's talking about the video in today's lesson in our course. Stephanie, thoroughly enjoying the June course. Question, how long does the keto flu last? I'm up to 19-hour daily fast, but still kind of feel foggy-brained, hangry towards the end of my fast. Stephanie, that's usually something that has to do probably with what you're doing in your feast. So journal what you're doing in your feast. Make sure that you're not putting in too many carbs that are unnecessary. We don't want to be carb phobic, but just make sure that right now you're putting in the best carbs, and make sure that you're sticking with things through the weekend. A lot of times what happens is people go really strong like Monday through Friday, and then Friday you're feeling fantastic because you were strict throughout the week, and then you loosen up the reins on Saturday and Sunday. Maybe you're not fasting as long, maybe you're allowing a couple of cheats in there, and then Monday rolls around and you feel like you're slugging and going through the keto flu again, because you are. So until you really build that nice level and foundation of time and consistency through the course, I ask you to be as consistent as you possibly can, and then tweak things when you get out to really create that authentic lifestyle. And then just know that every time that you indulge a little bit, which is the word I like to use rather than cheat, when you indulge a little bit, you just kind of suffer through the first 20-hour clean fast. It's not going to feel comfortable, and then you're home free. Your body has amazing muscle memory, so you'll get right back where you need to go. Delaney, thank you for jumping on. Nareda from 2019 May course from Australia, welcome. Margaret, in your program, do you work up to 20-hour fast? Yes, we do, for sure. Rebecca, wondering about mineral drops for water. I hate to trash the environment with all those plastic bottles. Thanks. Well, just recycle. don't worry about that. We use glass bottles and we recycle. I don't use mineral drops. I prefer to have mineralized water, but a lot of women find a mineralized drop on Amazon, so I would just search that or Google something if you would rather do that. Let's see, Donna, experienced faster, have not been part of your course though. I'm loving your message of accountability, clean faster. I do want to learn more about your program though. Donna, we have a class starting July the 6th, so just get yourself on our email list and we'll start sending out emails about registration in the next week or so. Registration's open if you want to just get yourself signed up. I teach you a little bit about the mindset shift and just really paying attention to your signs and signals that your body's sending you. So even if you're advanced or experienced faster, you'll learn something for sure, and you'll have an amazing community of women that you'll be able to hang out with. Deirdre from November 2017, still fasting strong. I love it. And then Margaret, does fasting help with bloating? Absolutely. That's probably the first thing that you'll notice. Oops, especially if you're paying attention to what you're doing in your feasting window. The beautiful thing about fasting is it depletes you. So then when you put something in your body that your body's not having a positive like relationship with, the sign will be instant. And so that's what we talk about a lot in the course, is paying attention to how you feel. We're so checked out with how our body feels because we're so used to listening to other people tell us what to do. We haven't made the connection between a feeling and an action. So what we really concentrate on in the course is, how do you feel when X, Y, or Z happens, and then how can you adjust that, and is it going to be that thing that's going to be valuable to you in the long run? And I had to go through a series of these adjustments, and that's what happens. The more mature you come with your fasting, the more mature you become with your feasting, the more aware you are of your body's signs and signals, the more willing you are to make better decisions. So I used to cry over corn chips and salsa. I used to cry over French fries because I thought, how do I go on in life without having my two favorite things? And now I look at corn chips at a Mexican restaurant and I immediately have that reminder of how they make me feel, and I don't want to feel that way. So I've made exceptions, and I've made ways that I manage that without having to sacrifice me having a really good day. And so that's the realization and the process that we go through in the course, and with time and consistency and this community here, and why we keep showing up to help you, because you do have to go through a little bit of that process of elimination and realization of an action and a feeling, for sure. Janet, you are super welcome, and I love when you pop up on our live broadcast. You're one of my faves for sure, so I love knowing that you're doing well. So thanks for jumping on with us today. Okay, so there is a link in both YouTube and Facebook to join our course for sure. If you want some tips on feasting well and training smart, I do all of that over on Instagram because I know not everyone wants to see it here. I do that in my stories. Today I talked about just a personal decision I had to make for myself today, and keeping a promise to myself, in that I was scheduled to do a long run today and time got away from me, and instead of not doing any run at all, I just cut my run down to a very quick one that I had time for, and I'm going to be fulfilling my full promise to myself this evening. Had I not done that shorter run this morning, I probably would not be doing my run this evening. But I made a promise to myself, and I made a commitment, and one action's leading to me being able to fulfill my second promise to myself. You guys, all these things matter. Making your bed every day, keeping your room clean, like all those things that we teach our kids still apply to us as grown-up women. Make yourself accountable. Be personally responsible to yourself. Make those decisions that are going to lead to you making another great decision. Making bad decisions lead you to making more bad decisions. Start your day off with a great decision, and it can be just as simple as starting your day off with a 25-ounce bottle of mineralized water, and that's what we practice here in our house for sure. So I hope today's talk helped you. Make sure you check those links, get yourself signed up for the July course, and then we'll be back here on Wednesday at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time to talk about another amazing subject that has to do with our community here for today's aging woman. And then, like I said, make sure you're following me over on Instagram. That's where I do a lot of my coaching with fitness, and that's where I share a lot of what we're doing in our feasting as well. Thanks for jumping on live with me today. Thanks for everyone who left a comment. I always appreciate you guys taking the time to spend time with me.